Are you really saying that AFENA GYAN is better than Edinketia? Welcome to this channel. My name is Nyamche Boatin. So in this video we get to talk about the recent AFENA GYAN issue. So AFENA GYAN was dropped from the Black Stars squad en route to the World Cup, and since then he hasn't had any call-up to the Black Stars. Recently he was handed a late call-up to the Black Meteors, that is the under-23 team, for which he rejected. In this video I get to interview Ghanaian fans on what they think about AFENA GYAN's exclusion from the Black Stars and the way forward. Let's get started. Chairman, what's up?
Well, I did cool, Charlie.
AFENA GYAN reject call-up.
Oh, Charlie, how you go do
yeah. How do you see the rejection of the call-up?
Oh, it's his decision, and so we as Ghanaians we can't do much about AFENA GYAN's decision, but we just have to follow. All we can do is say one or two things about it, but it's his decision. Yeah, it's his decision.
Do you think it's right for a young player like him to reject a call-up?
If I'm to stand in AFENA GYAN's shoes, I'm going to do the same thing. Because if you see AFENA GYAN's, I think about last year by this time, AFENA GYAN was one of the names in Italy and Rome. Yeah, in Rome, sorry. And so if he accepts a call-up in the Ghana Black Stars, it was even his decision to make. It took a while before he made that decision, because Mourinho had just brought him up and he just scored. I think he just came in and scored 2 goals that brought them leveled up against a certain team, yeah, a certain match. So yes, so it was just a prospect that was coming up. He has very good talent that was coming up. Personally, I didn't believe he should have accepted that call-up. The Ghanaians opted for him back then, yes. But I think it was a decision he made for his team. So I don't stand by the names they do call him as an unpatriotic citizen and all those stuff, because it was his decision to not accept the call-up in the first place. But he did, which he came in. It was a very rough game. We didn't have players at that point, and I think AFENA GYAN didn't have anybody close to his circle who would advise him on denying the call-up and say, you know, Mohamed Salisu, for instance. It took a while for him before accepting. I heard Salis Samed also. So it took a while for him before he accepted the call-up. So if it was Ghana that he came to play in, and we would say he began, you know, dropping in performance and all those things, and he's now ended up in Cremonese, a team that just came up from relegation at the 2nd division or the 2nd league or so, and he doesn't even have a startup. So I mean, I think the Black Stars should have called him to, I mean, boost his courage and all those stuff. So because he's a young player who is coming up, he's different from Isahaku. We can't say I don't stand by the decision of the Black Stars not calling him up. You see, and others are also saying that it's a different coach. Otto Addo is gone, and so Chris Hilton is a new. He's bringing up a new squad and all those things. So I believe I will stand by AFENA GYAN's decision of not honoring the decision to come and play for the under-23. I think it's a downgrade for him, and after all the hype that was given to him, I think it's not right for him to be called to under-23 for that. He should have been called to the Black Stars, you know, boost him. How many times was Isahaku called to the Black Stars? Numerous times, countless times. So it's just that I think Isahaku is, I think, 18 years old or something. So if he's playing, we don't have many strikers in the Black Stars. So we are the same people who brought AFENA GYAN. I put the blame on Ghanaians. He shouldn't have honored that call-up. He should have waited for him to build up his football career a little bit before honoring that invitation. But we called him up, and once again we messed up his career. And now AFENA GYAN is not getting much playtime. Nobody should say AFENA GYAN is not playing well anytime he comes to the Black Stars. It's the same issue Inaki Williams faces, because we don't feed them the balls. We have not seen him miss many chances like people. We don't have anything to say to AFENA GYAN's why we are not calling him to the Black Stars, because it's the same Inaki. We are calling Inaki plays for Athletic Bilbao day in and day out. I'm a Barcelona fan. I see him playing. Inaki has some good goals, but when it comes to the Black Stars, we don't see him performing like that. So I don't see why we have to downgrade AFENA GYAN and not call him and bring him to Black Meteors. Black Meteors are for this House of Folk players and these Olympics players that are coming up. You don't bring him. You are the same people. It's a major downgrade. But I think all the same, AFENA GYAN has talent. Sorry. So they should. I think they should send Chris Hughton should sit down with him. Didi Dramani, those people should sit down with him and talk with him. That all hope is not lost. He has a place in the Blasters in the coming years, and that the Black Meteors can even help him in a way to come back up as who we knew him to be. So we shouldn't downplay his talent and all those stuff. So I think it's a matter of talking with him. They should not just sit in Ghana and just calling out that you should come to the Black Stars. No, they are the same people who brought him to that. They should also help him and bring him back on his foot. Yeah.
Is AFENA GYAN really good for the Black Stars?
Of course, he's good. We have seen him play for AS Roma a number of times, and you could see that if he was not good, Mourinho would not be using him. Mourinho is a top-class coach. He believed in AFENA GYAN. I believe the last time he even bought boots for AFENA GYAN. Yes. This guy is a prospect. But I believe the reason why he left AS Roma was because we had the playing time. We had a lot of players who were competing with him in that spot. So he couldn't fit in. He said, AS Roma is not a team that will give you the chance to play like Ayas and all those people. No, AS Roma wants to compete. They brought in Zaniolo. They brought in what do you call Belotti, Tammy Abraham, Dybala. So I mean, he obviously was not going to get playing time. So you have to offer Cremonese, and Cremonese are also struggling at the moment. So they don't have time to do trial and error. So I think it's yet for him to fit in. So he should come back to the Blaster. The Blaster should be a place to help him. I'm not saying we should give him, he should come and play 90 minutes, but it's a place for him to boost his confidence back. So we give him maybe 30 minutes, 40 minutes. See the match against Ghana vs Nigeria. You saw how good his runs was, but we didn't give him much of the ball. AFENA GYAN, I can boldly say, if we put AFENA GYAN in Arsenal setup now, Edin Ketia is not playing too much of a ball more than what do you call him, AFENA GYAN. So he can put in more goals for, what do you call it? We've seen him do it in AS Roma. So he's not too bad of a player that he can play for Ghana Blasters. I believe in a next call up. Let's call him up. Let's boost his confidence and let's give him words that will bring his, because this guy is a prospect. He's not more than these guys. He's not less than these guys. He has talent. So I believe that he's the next big thing to happen in the Black Stars. His name is also Jan, so he can fit in the shoes of Asamoah Gyan perfectly and put in the goals for Black Stars. Yeah. So
are you really saying that AFENA GYAN is better than Edin Ketia?
I didn't say that. No, don't put words in my mouth. I'm saying it's no different than Edin Ketia. Football is a game of opportunities. So if you get the opportunity and you get good management around you, you are able to go into teams and go into clubs that will favor you a lot. So unfortunately, Nketiah was born in England, and AFENA GYAN was born in Ghana. So he doesn't have many people around the circle that will help him. You understand? So I'm not saying he's good at Edin Ketia. We all know Edin Ketia's standard now. We can't compare him to AFENA. But I'm just saying that AFENA GYAN has the talent. He has the talent that he can play for Black Stars. If he's to go into the Arsenal setup, I believe he can do. Rhys Nelson, all those people are not better than him, so he can fit in the Arsenal setup. As a matter of fact, Arteta should go and scout AFENA GYAN and bring him to Arsenal as soon as possible. Yes.
So your final words?
My final words to AFENA GYAN is, oh bro, chill up, man. More matches to come, more wins to come. Cool down, more wins to come. You know what I mean? Don't forget about the Blasters and those management. Keep on praying, keep on training hard. You get the team that you deserve. Maybe in 2 years to come, you'll be playing Real Madrid or something. So keep on training and keep on fighting. Forget these Black Meteors and their nonsense. Thank you.